And welcome back. Here's the latest Ottawa Life Magazine. It's got a doggy on the front, and that's a good thing because he made the top 25 people in Ottawa. Interesting. We've got more people on the list to talk about right now with Jonas, head of social media, and you're a writer as well, Ottawa Life Magazine.
Absolutely.
Very cool. I'll give you back the magazine because I know we're going to thumb through it a bit to talk about some of the top people in the capital. How long has Ottawa Life Magazine been around for at this point?
It's been around over 20 years, actually.
20 years?
So quite a while, yeah.
So how long has this list been going out?
It's been going out since 2001, so it's the 17th year we've done it. It used to be top 100, now it's kind of gradually gone down to top 25, so we have more space to talk about.
I guess that probably would have been kind of
It was a bit, yeah, it was a bit much.
Pick 100, but still a challenge to pick the top 25
It is, yeah.
people.
So many people to choose from.
So how do you pick the top 25? What is the criteria?
Yeah, so basically we have our readers send in nominations throughout the year. So we already actually have a handful of nominations for next year's list. So we take them throughout the year, and then we kind of all sit down together at the beginning of the summer to kind of talk about who's been nominated, who we think kind of deserves to have the honor. It's mostly based on merit. That's our number one thing that we look for. We try to have some diversity across the list, both in gender and categories. We try to hit, arts, sports, politics, everything, because there's so much going on in a city like Ottawa, and we're lucky enough because we're the capital city to have so many people to choose from, both doing things on a kind of local level to a national level. And we try to hit kind of different categories, both community-wide and nationally, because there's so many things in the local communities that are just as valuable and just as kind of revolutionary to people as things that would be happening at the national level.
Okay. How many people are on your committee to pick the top 25?
It varies year to year, but this year I think it was about 5 or 6 of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's got to be a challenge, though, to narrow it down, because 100 sounds like a lot, but at least 100 you've got. You don't. It can really vary. It can really
this
be.
Is the thing, right?
But then 25, like we're talking the cream of the crop here.
Exactly. It's really hard to kind of narrow it down because there's so many great options that everyone kind of has their own kind of opinion on who kind of deserves to be on the list. So we really try to cover all the bases.
So do you want to go over a few of the members?
Absolutely,
some exciting members on this list.
Yeah. So the number one person on this list this year is Dominic Sokolowski. Okay. He's an artist. We've never had an artist on our list or our top spot before. He's kind of really popular in the area. He's got a number of international exhibits going on. Okay. We have Fat Blue, who's a globally recognized Taekwondo senior master who's happened to choose his home base as Ottawa. We also have Rebecca Noel, who's one of the members of the Peptides, a really popular local band, who's also kind of reached kind of larger fame, and they were on our cover the other month.
Yeah, of course.
We also have other people like the mayor of the city. Again, this is our 150th year in Ottawa, so that was kind of, he's done a lot of work with the Canada 150 and the Ottawa 150 things.
Jim Watson made the list.
Yes, he did.
He's done a few things for our city, I would say.
He has, yeah, just a few.
Okay, so what does it take to be number one, though? Because that seems to be a very coveted spot.
It is.
It's got to be difficult to get to.
Yeah, definitely. Dominic, who's our number one spot, he's kind of has so much that he's done within the art community and just in his own work. He's not only known in the city, but he's also known kind of on a larger and a national level. He's made quite a name for himself, so that's kind of what gave him the number one spot. But yeah, it definitely is a coveted title.
Tell us about the guy who's on the cover of your...
Yes, Crusoe, the celebrity action.
Yeah,
yes.
I'm kind of curious about
a little
this
adorable.
Because he's made the list.
Yes, he has. He's our kind of honorary member of our list.
Yeah.
The kind of running thing that we're saying is that he's helping us choose the other top dogs in the city. So we all know that Crusoe is really the top dog and really deserves the top spot, but he's helping us choose the kind of people on the list as opposed to just the furry friends.
He looks like he knows something there.
He does.
He doesn't want to talk about.
The bow tie is my favorite part, personally.
So tell us a bit more about Crusoe, though.
Yeah, Crusoe, he has a huge fan base, both on all social media platforms, specifically on Instagram. He's well known for kind of dressing up in specific outfits. He's kind of does a lot of traveling. They originally lived in Ottawa, so that's kind of why he's on our top 25 list. So even though he's Ottawa-based, he's got a huge kind of national and even international following around the world. So we've had people, in the States asking for copies of our magazine, and people even in Europe asking for copies. So he's quite
yes,
he's quite popular.
He's that popular.
Yeah, who knew?
So people aren't asking for copies because Jim Watson's in there. They want.
I mean that too.
They want because there's a dog.
Especially because Crusoe's on the cover. I mean, how can you resist that face, really, though?
That's what I'm saying. That face, he's up to no good. I think there's something going on there.
Definitely.
For sure. The history of this list, though, I mean, you must have had, like, if you go back 17 years, probably some pretty big names in that list.
Some pretty big names, yeah, exactly. We've had, the Governor Generals on in the past. We've had quite a few people, not even just in politics, but in other areas, who are quite big names in the city and beyond. So it's an honor to make lists, but it's also kind of got a stellar kind of history behind it that we're proud to be part of.
Do you have a lot of people jockeying to get on the list? A lot
we
of people
do, yeah.
Call you up and say, what can I do to get
exactly,
on the list?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so then what can I do to get on that list?
I mean, I'll tell you after the show.
But I mean, what can a person do? Like, what, like you were talking about the criteria and stuff, but what really makes a person stand out to get on this
definitely
list?
something that makes you stand out is kind of having an impact on your community, whether that be, again, local or on the kind of larger scale. Again, we try to hit all different categories, so that doesn't have to be, you know, kind of a monumental, life-changing Canadian achievement. It can be something that's just impacting your local community as well. And we try to do everything for different categories, so that can be either, you know, if they're like an artist, like our number one, Dominic Sokolowski, or if they're even, you know, doing something kind of, we have Leanne Musa, who's kind of doing an art space in like the All Saints Church in the city, so it can really be from anything.
So you can just be an average person doing extraordinary things.
Exactly.
Simple as that.
We try to recognize that.
Other things that are going on with you, festival series and all kinds of cool stuff in the magazine?
We definitely finished our Festival City series recently this year. It's our second year doing the series, and it's even bigger and better this year, which was one of our main goals when we were doing it. We also just recently relaunched our website in January, so we were really trying to boost like our web traffic and things like that. So we've launched a couple of new sections. We have a new vegan section, more fashion coverage, things like that. So we're really excited to see where it's going.
So it's busy times.
Yeah.
Where can you find Ottawa Life Magazine?
Well, you can find it online. It's always, the digital version is always available on our website, but you can also find it on newsstands across the city and across Canada. When we're also distributed in the Globe and Mail.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That helps out, I bet.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So how often does it come out?
It usually comes out every kind of 2 months, so it's kind of seasonal right now. This example for is September, October, but we're also having another one come out for November, December, so our Christmas issue is our next one.
So this magazine is out right now?
Yes, it is.
And you can pick it up and you can find it with the top 25 people in the capital.
Please do.
Anna Jonas, head of social media and a writer for Ottawa Life Magazine, thank you very much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
So much fun. More details, of course, ottawalife.com. Coming up, it's the Just Say Yes event. We have details on that next on Daytime.